Hi everybody, this is Megan with Woman of Faith, and today I have my husband David with me.
Back again.
And we are doing the devotional Before You Say I Do by H. Norman Wright and Wes Roberts. And yes, it's before I do, and yes, we are married, but we wanted to go through it anyway together.
Finish it out.
Today we are talking about differences in marriage, the potential for growth and enhancement. We already did our devotional, so I'm just going to go through what we have written down. In every person, marries has characteristics that are similar, but they also have some that are different. We both have similar and different characteristics that we actually went over in the last video. Different ways of perceiving, thinking, feeling, and behaving are part of a marital adjustment. Differences is important because it holds out the promise of a need fulfillment for each person. It is important to remember that one of the main motivating factors towards marriage is the need to feel complete because of what the other person has to offer. Unconsciously or unconsciously, people choose people who can help them feel complete. I married David because he makes me feel complete.
Sometimes. Most times.
Okay. No.
Okay. So, differences can also cause hurt and disruption. Why? Well, we are threatened by the differences in our spouse. We are scared that we are going to have to adjust a way of thinking and doing things. We believe sometimes that if it's different, it's wrong. And I know I'm guilty of this. I think we're both guilty of this. I feel in my head, I'll think, oh, wait, that's not the way I normally do it. And I feel like, oh, that's not right. But it doesn't mean it's right. It's just different than the way I do it.
Yeah. I feel the same way sometimes, too. So.
And sometimes it's hard to back on. I've learned to do it better, easier. Every time I feel like something's not how I do it, I learn more and more to just relax. Doesn't mean it's wrong. It works out okay. Many problems occur because of the lack of tolerance for differences of attitude or opinions in a marital relationship. When you marry, you're not going to say that your spouse is different. You're going to say they're unique.
Very unique.
Yes, she's unique. But after a while, that's going to change. You'll say she's different.
I am different, but I'm special.
But she's different, but she's special both at the same time. At first, you may try to accommodate. You'll tolerate, you'll overlook, deny differences to avoid conflict. And so you won't be any issues. Like, oh, don't worry. You'll do all you can to not look at the differences. Ignore them, basically.
Good way of explaining it. Then you'll try to eliminate the differences by demanding, pressuring, or manipulating your spouse. That's not good.
But,
we all do.
But eventually, you learn to appreciate the differences because you discover that they're necessary and indispensable, and they make you who you are.
Yeah.
Then you celebrate them and delight them. You welcome them, and you encourage their growth, because that's what I think the differences that pull you together. You know, not just the similarities, the differences is what wants you with this person. You know. As you go through this process, you discover that you didn't marry the wrong person.
I hope
not. No.
No, you know
That's
you don't.
a huge mistake.
You know you don't. You
No.
know that you...
It takes patience and understanding and wanting to work with the person, really. You gotta want it. I mean, if you don't want it, then it's not gonna work.
Alright, next I'm going to read this little part in the book that it's a paragraph. I think it's just easier just for me to just read the whole thing. And then David's going to read a paragraph of it. But it says, consider these thoughts. In the midst of the marital struggle, the honeymoon dream vanishes, and the despair over the old relationship comes up for re-examination. Suddenly, each spouse turns his eyes away from the partner and looks inwardly and asks, What am I doing to my partner? What is wrong with me? What am I misunderstanding? What must I do to rescue this marriage? If honestly asked, the answers are not far behind. I really married my wife because of her difference. It is not my job to make her over, but rather to discover and to value the difference. But before I can do that, I must accept my difference. And I really need her to help me discover my uniqueness. My task is not to mold her into a beautiful vase, but to participate with her discover that beautiful vase is even as we discover it in me. How arrogant of me to think I could shape another human being. How humble it makes me to realize that I need to yield to another and hereby be changed. Our relationship will change both of us, in a process of being shaped into a form far more beautiful than either would imagine.
Second, we try to change people to conform to our ideas of how they should be. So does God. But there are similarities in. Our ideas of what the other person should do or how he should act may be an improvement or an imprisonment. We may be setting the other person free of behavior patterns that are restricting his development. Or we may be simply chaining him up in another behavioral bondage.
Okay, you have to read that. That's my phone. Sorry. Okay, so in reality, we marry the right person. Far more than we know, we are drawn by similarities and differences, by needs and anxieties, by dreams and fears to choose of complement our reflection in one another.
We will soon learn to appreciate each other. People who marry each other complete each other in a puzzling yet pronounced way. The adventure of marriage is discovering who your partner really is. The excitement is finding out who they will become.
Oh, it is. That is exciting. I want to see what David becomes. Like,
you know that you see that potential in that person and growth, and you want to, encourage it, and you want to nourish it and not stamp it out. You don't want to cease it.
So I mean, like, hopefully, I say this a lot, that God grants us children, mm-hmm. and I think they will be an awesome father, so,
Hope so.
Yes, I think he will. Okay, until then, we're going to stop this video, and we're going to start a new video where we ask about family history and interview questions. We're going to ask each other questions, so hopefully we'll be able to learn about each other a little bit more.
If we don't know it, we'll see if we don't.
I think I haven't really looked over all the questions, so but some of them I know I don't think David knows, and I don't think I know about him either. But we just want to stop the video here because we don't want the video to get extra long, and y'all don't want to watch it if it's really, really long. So, but just you can take a break, go get something to eat, get something to drink, come back and watch the interview is going to be about 2 videos, and then there's going to be one more video after that. So. Anyway, so, so this is exciting. We'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.